this is really now coming, it is in Key Stage 3, even earlier now than it used to be. I'd say this is more kind of year 9, towards the end of Key Stage 3, having these kind of show that questions. Not so much prove, but just show. And again, I'm going to show you a couple of examples of those. So this is a show that question in terms of similarity. And again, a tactic I used to use is to say to the students, get a pencil. And if you're not sure how to do it, because they kind of just guess and say, well, I'm going to divide one by the other, they're not really sure. I say, see that 15 centimeters? Let's make it into 20. So I get a pencil, cross out the 15, put a 20 in pencil. Now do the question. And a lot of them will say, well, it's twice as big. And so the perimeter of the small one's 46, so I'm going to double the 46. Now, obviously, it won't make 69 because it's not the same shape. And I said, okay, well, how did you know it's twice as big? Well, because 10 and 20. I said, well, what do you do to the 20 and the 10 to get the 2? Well, 20 divided by 10. Okay, and that gives you the 2, doesn't it? And that's like your scale factor, or the number that multiplies it, or the multiplier. And so we then double the 46. So let's do the same thing with the 15. So this is the kind of textbook answer using an arrow diagram. There's a number of ways you could do it using ratios even. But then if you substitute the 20 for a 15, suddenly the times 2 becomes a times 1.5. They've got a better chance of getting it. And then we do the same to the other side. And at least by having the answer 69, they can check it. But what you'll find is the weak ones will work backwards sometimes from the 69 and fluff it that way. And again, this one here, there's lots happening here. The weaker students will take that 31 degrees, the angle ABD, the one over on the right there, and kind of work backwards from it. Now, this is a good example for you don't have to do it. Tell me what the first step's going to be. Is there an angle we can find really easily? And in the end, someone hopefully will say ACD, the one next to the 75. And then we can cover up one of the triangles or draw it again separately, the ADC, because we've got the 105, and work out the angle X and then 2X. It's putting that scaffolding in. Now, if you teach both GCSE and Key Stage 3, if you go into the Olympic Papers folder, there's a folder called Olympic Papers within the Google Drive link I'm going to give you. We've got whole sets of exam papers, but they're GCSE ones, but you could easily pick a question from Foundation and use it in a Key Stage 3 lesson. And we have 3 versions of that question. This is the gold you're looking at without any scaffolding. The silver will have some steps, some scaffolding put in, and the bronze has lots of steps put in, almost telling them how to do it, and then they just have to work it out in the correct order. So they're all doing the same task, but the differentiation is by the level of support. So the Olympic paper folder will have lots of questions like that in there, but they're from past GCSE papers. But again, there's no reason why you couldn't raid some of the Foundation papers and use them as Key Stage 3 support materials. There's the kind of mark scheme of the process marks and the communication mark at the end, the C mark.